I know exactly what it's like to not be able to escape those thoughts of that narcissistic abuse you've been through. I know exactly what it's like to not be able to do that. You know, when I first went through it and realized I didn't know what this was, like I was stuck in that loop. You can't unsee it. You can't make any sense of it. Everything is crazy and foggy for entirely no reason. I got it. It's probably the roughest part of the healing journey is trying to convince yourself that what you saw is what you saw, but it can't be. You know, I got it. It will make you feel crazy. In other words, for me, I had to get my focus together. I had to find something to make me feel better about myself, about the situation that I had went through. So I hopped into the gym. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I hopped straight into the gym, and I was like, I didn't like how I looked in the mirror to me. You know, I didn't like, you know, how I felt. I didn't like how I felt. I didn't that less than, if you rather. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, when a narcissist put you through that. And as I started my fitness journey, it started off really like trying to put my mind on something else. I'm very aware that like your brain, you got a lot more control of your brain in what you think when it comes to narcissistic abuse. And what I want to say is like your brain can only perceive the reality of what your body is receiving and perceiving of it, if that makes sense. So if you tell your brain to focus on something, instead of letting your body tell your brain to focus on that, you know, like you can kind of like differentiate the two. It's like this. I started in fitness and I needed to tell my brain to focus on fitness. So I let my body perceive that fitness was more important than worried about narcissistic abuse. You know, not really going through it, but I was going through it, but I didn't know that I was going through it at the time. And what happened was, over a course of time, I paid attention to how I lived. You know, what I eat, how I sleep, how did I feel. When I started becoming aware of self, you know, that's when the healing process really kicked off for me, you know, and I started to become aware of self. You have to become aware of self to start the healing journey. You have to, because you don't know who self is. You have no idea. You spend so much time, you know, believing in someone else's personality that it became yours type or thing. But that's a whole different video. But like, I became aware of self. And what that did for me was I learned how to set boundaries. Don't eat this if I want these kind of results. What I didn't realize is that I really didn't, you know, love myself or care about myself as much as I thought that I did, as much as I would care about other people around me who wasn't, you know, reciprocating that back. And again, like as I continued my fitness journey, and then it made me feel better, and it started becoming more spiritual. And like I said, I would have these thoughts from time to time in the gym or going to the gym about the episodes that I had with my narcissist, and I just be like, man, I could have thought that differently. Because now, like I tell people, like fitness opens your mind up and it expands your mind, because you start to discover more about yourself. And looking back at those situations, man, I didn't have to act like that I didn't have to give a reaction. You know, why was I giving this so much? Why was I giving myself up, understanding my worth now, not knowing it then? That's how fitness really like changed my life and really set me on a path of like self-love. And I emphasize that to you listening to this right now. Like, start fitness, start becoming more active, start taking care of yourself so you can understand about self and self-love. Like, that is a form of self-love, taking care of yourself, and it will help you through your healing process from the narcissistic abuse. I promise you. This is Fonzie Murph. I hope this message finds you well. To the next video, I'm out. Peace.